Hi everyone. In this presentation, we'll look at how the CV mnemonic code can be used as identity codes or ID codes. Just to remind you what the CV mnemonic method is. The CV mnemonic method is a very simple technique that helps you take a number, any number, such as the one that you would see on a credit card, a PIN number for an ATM, and takes that and converts that into a mnemonic code. A mnemonic is something that helps you remember better. And this mnemonic code, which we call the consonant vowel code, is pronounceable. It would be easy for you to pronounce that code, and therefore we expect that it's more memorable for the user compared to the original number. So the way we do it is, if you have a long number, you break it up into chunks of two-digit numbers. And for each of those two-digit numbers, you find a combination of a consonant and a vowel, or we call this a CV combination. And the way you do this is with a mapping scheme. Okay, so we have a mapping scheme here where every two-digit number from 00 to 99 is associated with a unique CV combination, right? And so if we have such a table, then if you give any number, you can take that number, break it down into two-digit codes, and then use this table to form a CV mnemonic that consists of CV combinations. Now, if you're wondering what happens if it's an odd number, so in that particular case, you add a zero and then you form a two-digit code with zero and the first digit. Now, how is this useful? Well, this means that you can take any number and convert it into a CV mnemonic code. So here's 5 numbers that we have taken, and we've converted that using the table that we just saw, and convert that to CV mnemonic code. And as you can see, the CV mnemonic code is much more pronounceable. It's very difficult to pronounce the numeric code on the left, but the CV mnemonic code is more pronounceable, and we suppose because of this, it's also more memorable on an average for the user. So, so here's one application of the CV mnemonic code, right? So we see that in many contexts, government IDs and employee IDs and user IDs, there's a need for a number that is associated with the identity of an individual, right? So every U.S. citizen or legal resident gets a social security number. An employee at an organization is an employee ID number. A student often has a student ID number, and these numbers are often used to authenticate or identify that particular individual. For example, in certain transactions, you might use the last 4 digits of your social security number to validate that you are indeed that particular individual, right? And so what you can do is in such cases is that you can take any number, right, and then convert that into a CV mnemonic, right? So in this particular case, let's say you have an employee ID or a student ID. So what you would do is you would take a user, okay, and then take that person's numeric ID. So I'll just type in a random number, right? And then once you generate it, so you get both the number as well as the CV mnemonic. In this particular case is ZOTEMA. And because it's more pronounceable, we expect it to be more memorable for the user. And so wherever the user needs to recall the number, so that person can either try to remember the code itself, or they can use a CV mnemonic. And we believe that while not all users might find this useful, some individuals might find the CV mnemonic more memorable than the underlying code. Okay, so to see more applications of the CV mnemonic, visit our channel, and thank you for joining. Bye.